Here I was, sitting across from someone I'd known for years, and they said something that made my stomach drop. They described the person I was about to meet with such accuracy, it felt like they were reading my diary. The thing is, they had no idea who I was talking about. They didn't know I'd been praying about this for months. And yet, every single detail matched what I'd been seeing in my dreams, in my quiet moments with God, in those whispers during worship. If you're watching this right now, I need you to understand something that's going to sound impossible until it happens to you. God is about to bring someone into your life who will make absolutely no sense to the people around you. Your family will question it. Your friends will be confused. Even you might doubt it at first, because this person won't fit the pattern of what you thought you wanted. But here's what I know after walking this path, after seeing this happen not just in my life, but in the lives of countless chosen ones who have reached out to me. The person God is preparing for you right now is being shaped in the fire you can't see. They're going through something that's breaking them open in the exact places where you need them to be strong. And you're being prepared in ways that will perfectly complement the gaps in their armor. This isn't about finding someone who's already complete. It's about two incomplete people becoming whole together under God's design. Now, before we go any further into this, I need you to do something for me, because what I'm about to share will challenge everything you think you know about relationships. Subscribe to God's Prophecy message channel right now. Not tomorrow, not after the video, but right now. Because the information that's coming is going to shift your entire perspective, and you'll want to come back to this. You'll want to share this with someone who needs to hear it. Comment the word "ready" if you're prepared for what God is about to do in your love life. And hit that like button if you've ever felt like you were waiting for someone who didn't exist yet. Because they do exist. They're just not ready for you yet, and you're not ready for them. But that's changing faster than you realize. See, here's where most people get it wrong about divine relationships. They think God is going to send them someone who makes their life easier. Someone who fits into their current routine without disruption. Someone their mother will approve of, their friends will understand, their past relationships have prepared them for. That's not how this works. The person coming into your life is going to disrupt everything. Not in a chaotic way, but in a way that exposes every false foundation you've built your life on. They're going to ask questions you don't have answers for. They're going to see through the masks you've perfected over years. They're going to love you in a way that makes you uncomfortable at first, because you've never experienced love without conditions, without performance, without having to earn it. And this is going to shock everyone, because the world doesn't understand covenant love. The world understands transactional relationships. You give me this, I give you that. You meet my needs, I'll meet yours. You make me happy, I'll stay. But God is about to show you something different. Something that looks foolish to people who have never experienced His hand in their relationships. I'm going to describe this person to you, and I need you to pay attention, because you might have already met them and not recognized them. Or you're about to meet them, and when you do, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember that someone told you exactly who they would be before they arrived. First thing you need to know is that this person carries a wound that matches yours. Not the same wound, but a complementary one. If you were abandoned, they were smothered. If you learned to be hyper-independent, they learned to be overly dependent. If you struggle with speaking up, they struggle with staying quiet. This is intentional. God doesn't bring two people together because they're similar. He brings them together because their weaknesses protect each other's strengths. Your next partner has been praying for you without knowing your name. They've been asking God for specific things, and you are the answer to prayers they haven't even spoken out loud yet. Just like you've been asking for certain qualities, certain characteristics, certain ways of being loved. And they've been developing those exact things through trials you know nothing about. There's a scripture that keeps coming to mind here, and it's not one people usually associate with romantic relationships. Ecclesiastes 4:9-12 says, "Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken." That third strand is God. And your next relationship is going to be the first time in your life you truly understand what it means to have God as the foundation. Not as an accessory. Not as something you do together on Sundays, but as the actual reason you're together. The purpose that supersedes your feelings, your attraction, your compatibility, your shared interests. Now here's something that's going to surprise you about this person's physical appearance. They won't be your usual type. I know you've got a type. Everybody does. Tall or short, dark or light, athletic or artistic, quiet or outgoing. You've got preferences that have been shaped by media, by past attractions, by what you've been told is attractive. This person is going to break that pattern. Not in a way that makes you unattracted to them, but in a way that makes you question why you had those preferences in the first place. You're going to find them beautiful or handsome in a way you can't quite explain to your friends. When people ask what attracted you to them, you won't have a simple answer. Because it's not their eyes or their smile or their body. It's something deeper. It's the way they carry the presence of God without even trying. It's the way their brokenness doesn't repel you, but draws you in because you recognize it. It's the way they look at you like they're seeing someone you've been trying to become, but haven't reached yet. And somehow their gaze makes you feel like you're already there. Before I go further, I need you to show God you're serious about receiving this. Send a super thanks right now if this is resonating with your spirit. Not because I need it, but because there's power in sowing into the word that's feeding you. There's power in saying, I receive this, I honor this, I'm grateful for this revelation before it even manifests. Your offering creates a spiritual opening for what's coming. This person you're about to meet has a very specific relationship with God that's different from yours. If you're someone who worships loud, who lifts your hands, who isn't afraid to shout in church, they're probably someone who meets God in silence. If you're someone who finds God in nature, in quiet contemplation, in journaling and solitude, they're probably someone who finds God in community, in service, in action. This is going to create tension at first. You're going to wonder if you're spiritually compatible. You're going to question whether someone who prays differently than you can really be your person. But here's what God is teaching you through this. He's too big to be contained in one expression. And your relationship is going to expand both of your understandings of who God is. You're going to teach them things about God they never knew. They're going to teach you things about God you never experienced. Together, you're going to create a spiritual ecosystem that's more complete than either of you could access alone. Your next partner has a past that's going to make you uncomfortable when you first hear about it. Not because it's worse than yours, but because it's different. They've made mistakes in areas where you stayed strong. And you've made mistakes in areas where they stayed strong. When they tell you their story, and they will tell you everything because this relationship is going to be built on radical honesty, you're going to have a choice. You can judge them based on where they've been. Or you can honor them based on how far they've traveled to get here. God is going to use their testimony to heal something in you that you didn't even know was broken. And your testimony is going to give them permission to forgive themselves for things they've been carrying for years. There's a moment coming where you're going to see them at their worst. Not the worst they can imagine.